Now, Greg Solier's final look at the agriculture weather for the week ahead, including his 4-week weather forecast. Brought to you by Kixor Herbicide from BASF.
My great-grandfather worked this land with mules. Now we use things like GPS. How we do this is always changing. Wonder what kinds of things my grandchildren will be using.
Kixor Herbicide Technology, the innovative solution for broadleaf weed control. For growers from BASF, the chemical company.
As we get ready for Greg's 4-week forecast, I know Ori and some of the folks in North Dakota really want a good, dry, not so windy spell. You know, they had one rural electric co-op that lost 600 miles of lines.
I know they did.
In that Easter storm. Unbelievable.
Yes.
They're still working to rebuild.
Yeah,
Some folks still without electricity maybe for another 2.5 weeks.
Ouch.
So now we got to rely on the weatherman.
Yes.
How about the folks in North Dakota?
Looks pretty complicated there. Another storm system, another round of winter weather out there as well. So we'll see how it plays out, and wind issues back into play. But areas to the east, not bad, especially early on. We've got low pressure down across areas of the southern plains. A few showers are expected for parts of Kansas, a couple of thunderstorms, Texas, but points to the east and northeast. It's high pressure, the backside getting into a southeast wind flow. Nice temperature recovery, low afternoon humidity, and planting and other field work operations will be underway here. Note the dry time for now into the upper Midwest, northern plains. Pretty quiet across the southeastern states. Little weak low across down eastern Maine, a sprinkle or a snowflake. Action across much of the west and southwestern states. These weather systems will get together and work on east across the heartland, and you'll see that by the middle part of the week on Wednesday. Low pressure spinning up out through the central Rockies. Rain and thunderstorm activity for the northern plains. Severe stuff. Watch it accordingly. I-70 on southward. A couple of scattered showers Gulf Coast area. Much of the northern and eastern and southern Corn Belt in good order. Warm temperature readings were quiet for the northeast and New England. Still a fair amount of wind and cold and moisture in one form or another out across the western states, and that continues in through Friday. Another low winding up around Salt Lake City. Note this expanding precipitation shield by Friday into the Mississippi Valley, Great Lakes region on southward, from the Board of Trade on southward. Severe weather potential. Parts of the Ohio Valley in good shape. Same with the southeastern states. We continue to make good gains here with field operations. We will get some recharge where we need it too in some of the drier areas, would you believe, into the Tennessee Valley and Delta, upper Midwest. And again, gusty winds and a few showers of rain and snow still out west of the Rockies.
My, that appears to be a fair amount of moisture.
And it will be in near general coverage. It'll take the middle and late parts of the week and into the weekend to fully accomplish it, but probably at least an inch over many western, central, and southern Corn Belt areas back to the west as well. 2 to 3 inch downpours with the potential for severe too as the week wears on. We'll get into some of this moisture over the southeastern states towards next weekend, but again, a lot of dry opportunities here, and the moisture all the way down into the central and southern valleys of California.
As we wrap up the month of April, how does the week of April 26th look? How warm?
I think temperature-wise, we're in fairly decent order with a swath of above-average readings, a nice little ridge of high pressure through the upper Midwest, cloudiness and moisture, and an active southern branch keeping those temperatures down below average. Cool soils as well. Texas into the southeastern states, where the moisture machine continues on, still driven by El Nino into the west. Oklahoma, Texas, part of it at least, continuing on east of the Gulf Coast area. Dry time through much of the northern and central Corn Belt.
Interesting to see how cool it might be across that southern tier of states. Will that persist?
That probably will persist, though. That moisture's in the ground to get the seed in there as well. Poor root development and temperatures still below average Gulf Coast area. Southwestern states near normal into the Tennessee Valley. Warmer than average throughout much of the northern and central Corn Belt, back on westward into the plains, and temperatures about normal into the Pacific Northwest. Still a little slingshot area of El Nino driven moisture for the southwestern states. I-10, I-20 corridor east in through Georgia and Florida. Look at the opportunities for outdoor work and field operations throughout much of the Midwest and the northern plains.
By mid-May, there should still be quite a bit of planting activity going on. How about the week of May 10th? How warm?
I think we're in great shape there. Another comfortable go of it. No real cold air in sight from about the Mississippi Valley on to the east and northeast, above average into much of the northern and central Corn Belt, New England as well. Temperatures about normal for the Delta and southeastern states. Good news here. Maybe some better crop growth and development. Buckling jet stream pattern means cloudiness, moisture, and below average temps across the west and southwest. And look at the moisture potential. Despite a weakening El Nino, plenty of it across Nebraska and points on westward, drying out nicely into the eastern belt. Weather's brought to you by Kixor Herbicide from BASF.
Glyphosate used to do the trick, but weeds are getting tougher. Sometimes it's like they're laughing behind my back. Well, they're not the only ones who can get tougher.
Kixor herbicide technology controls resistant broadleaf weeds. For growers, from BASF, the chemical company.